Greetings! We're back! Anyone want to say or do anything before we jump back on in? Sweet.
No?
Alright. Well, as you can see, I've put Azuth's Mug, which is a bar not too far from the Yawning Portal, and that's where Blade hangs out. So if you ever want to go and chat with him again, you know where it is. Alright, so... as Tilly was off chatting with Blade, were you guys continuing south, heading towards the Steward Dragon?
Yep. Were we waiting for Tilly, or were we heading off without him first?
He said meet you there.
I didn't realize it was that close. I mean, that's just right around the block. So
It's up to you guys.
I guess if I was going for Blade, I can come back and pick you guys up at the Yawning Portal, or at least he'll come into the table and sit down and say, there might have been some gang-related violence outside the bar, and that might be where he disappeared in that fight.
Was it the Xanathars again?
It's the Zentara, man, the Xanathars. You know how they fight. Actually, I'm familiar with the Zentara. Is the Xanathar, or is that another one of those factions that showed up in Storm King's Thunder when we were playing? There were like 5 of those groups.
Well,
is Zentarum not one of those groups?
They are now. But I'm pretty sure the Xanathar recently were added as one of those groups, as well as a couple of other ones which might come up in this campaign. Who's to say?
The Zentarum, I recall from Storm Kings. I hadn't heard of Xanathars.
You may have heard of the Harpers, the Order of the Gauntlet, the Lord's Alliance, and all those ones.
Is that common knowledge within the city?
Yeah.
Okay.
So people quite often know at least of these people, whether or not they know members, who's to say. So, as you guys travel south, you are quite easily traveling the labyrinth of streets, heading towards the Snail Street. As you turn the corner, you find yourselves on a street that has been cordoned off by the City Watch. Lying on the cobblestone are half a dozen corpses, seemingly the victims of some terrible skirmish. Watch officers have disarmed and arrested 3 blood-drenched humans and are in the midst of questioning witnesses. One of the officers sees you and goes, "Get on," she says. "Nothing to see here."
I would beg to differ. Look at all of this.
Obviously there are stuff to see, but nothing for you eyes to see. Go on, get.
It's the law, so Tilly will be on the opposite side of the road and hide.
Radchek salutes and moves on.
And you see sort of a nod after your salute, like, yeah, that's what should happen. Alright, everyone moving on?
Yep.
Alright. So, as you head on over to the... actually, the tavern music can go now. Stop tavern music. As you guys head on over to the dock district, the dock ward, tall, densely packed tenements leave most of the neighborhood in shadow at ground level. Most of the street lamps have had their glass smashed and their candles stolen, and the smell of salt air and excrement lingers as you pass by rows of run-down buildings.
Home.
As you guys are heading towards the Skewered Dragon, which I'm sure at least one of you would have at least heard of, if not known where it was, you on the corner of Zastro Street and Fillet Lane, you see a shop with a peculiar window display. One nearby shop stands out from the others. It has a deep purple facade, and in its window hangs a stuffed beholder. Above the door hangs a sign with elaborate letters spelling out Old Zoblob Shop.
Hmm. Old Zoblob's shop. What was it about that place again, Tilly?
I don't know. It's Beholder. It's magic. Why would I care?
I just seem to remember that the Xanathars had something to do with it. Could I roll a history check to see if I know anything about this place?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna.
With an 11, no, you may not have even heard of this place, but yeah, it seems quite
gonna-
benign. What's it? Sorry.
I was gonna say I'm gonna attempt the same with an 11. Ooh.
Yeah, identical knowledge. Yeah, it doesn't seem necessarily. It seems out of the ordinary rather than malicious, but who's to say? So,
All right.
Are there a lot of beholders in Waterdeep?
oh no, like this, it's like either it's fake or it's stuffed, but yeah, it's not like a living beholder. So what's the plan? You see that on the corner just before you head to the Skewered Dragon, and the Skewered Dragon is just south of it, I believe.
Is the shop open? I mean, is it nighttime?
You can't really tell from where you are, honestly. Like, it looks all like dark and cloudy inside.
Yeah, I'm gonna start heading that way.
Toward Zoblob.
Yep.
Yeah, go for it. So, a cloud of lavender-scented purple smoke trails out of the shop's door as you peer inside. Every wall is painted purple, and every dusty knickknack on the shelves is dyed a deep violet. The hairless old gnome singing cross-legged on the counter wears plum-covered robes. His cheeks are decorated with 9 purple face-painted eyes. The gnome lowers a pipe and exhales a cloud of lavender smoke before raising a hand, saying, "Hail and well met! Come browse the shelves of the most curiosity shop in the world."
Skooma,
This guy's
worship
wonderful.
Daedra.
These the same kind of eyes that the guys who attacked our half-orc friend had?
Not identical, but there's a lot of them. Like, the ones that were on the man's bald head were tattoos that were seemingly in a shape. These are just painted on his face. Like, it definitely shows way less commitment than the tattooed guy, if you catch my meaning.
Is it like maybe he got high and painted him on his face?
Who's to say?
It looks like they're going shopping. I'm going to head over towards the tavern where we're supposed to be going.
Yep. And you can see that on the map there.
Jeez, we're super close. All right.
Yeah.
If Jost goes into the shop, I'll go in with him.
All right. So, looking around the shop, you can see a lot of just random knickknacks. Is it just you two in the shop? Nobody else?
Yeah, I'm staying with the dog.
Hisker realized a long time ago it's better to stay outside.
Okay. So, could I get each of you to roll a D100 for me?
Yep.
7. Tilly, as you're looking around trying to see something to catch your eye, you see a pair of knucklebone dice, each with a skull symbol on the side that would normally show the 6 pips. And just you see, you find a gold monocle frame, but it has no lens.
Or
I'm gonna not pay much attention to the dice and sidle up to the guy and say, "Old man, have you seen anything of interest out front with that gangland war that happened?"
And he looks at you kind of dazed, and his eyes seem to be going in and out of focus as he's taking long drags on this pipe. And he says, outside? Lots of stuff happens outside. I've seen many things outside.
This is a non-starter, Yost.
oh, he's just been in the Hobbit weed. It's not a big deal. So, besides the Hobbit leaf that you've got here, what do you want for them dice and the monocle?
Oh, well, you wanting to buy those particular trinkets?
Indeed.
Well, for both of them together, I guess I could part with them for... He's like looking at his hand. 5 gold?
How about 3? That's what I have. There's no lens.
Sure. 3. Yes, that's what I said. 3 gold, please, good sir, if you want those particular items.
I'll hold my hand up to Yost and say, "Just so happens I came into some money tonight," and I'll pull out 3 gold and hand them to Yost.
That's my money.
Perfect.
I give him a knowing smile and hand him the 3 gold and take the trinkets.
So he says, thank you. So, what was it that you were wanting to know about outside? Sorry, my thoughts are quite clouded of late. And he's like blowing up purple clouds into the top of the room.
We know the Zentarum and the Xanthar had a fight outside. Do you know why?
Zentarum? I know of the Zentarum. Aren't they... There's a symbol. It's like a tattoo. Like it's like a winged black snake. I saw a man with a black tattoo just like that. What was it? 2 nights ago, maybe? Yes, he was outside. Interesting fellow.
How long ago did Sloon disappear?
2 nights.
What's the exact time? Sorry.
And I'm gonna... what about a tall man with reddish blonde hair? Rather fetching, dressed like a noble. Have you seen him?
You mean men, right? Not man, men. Unless I was seeing double, I believe there was 2 well-dressed men. They had an interesting chat outside. Well, maybe less of a chat and more of a... I think they were hugging. They must have been good friends with those 5 men. 5 grimly dressed, black-clad men.
And pray tell me, which way did they go?
Which way? I wouldn't have the foggiest.
Did you hear anything of their conversation?
No. No.
Again, non-starter, Yost.
Yeah, I gotcha. And with that, kind of give him one of these and head out the door with one last long look to see if there was anything worth taking.
Not really. It looks like a room full of junk, really, aside from the cool stuffed beholder and all the goodies everywhere. It's just random stuff.
All right.
We'll dice later.
All right. So while they were in there, do the three of you and Judge head into the skewered dragon?
Yes.
All right. So the skewered dragon looks like a ruin. Both of its front-facing windows are smashed, and a shimp's anchor is lodged firmly in the roof. Through the windows, you can see a group of haggard patrons drinking from huge tankards.
I go straight to the barkeep,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll ask him and say, "Good sir, I am looking for Lord Floon. Have you seen him?"
So you go over to the barkeep. He's a pretty haggard looking guy. Eye patch. He's doing the whole cleaning the glass, and yeah, he doesn't look like the conversing type. But you mentioned Floon, and he's like, "Oh, you mean that red-headed fellow? He barely pays as it is."
Yes. Where may I find him?
I don't know. Last I saw, he was with that what was that flamboyant man? Volo? Yes.
Voldemort?
He says they were drinking over there. You can ask the regulars.
All right. Yeah, I go straight over to wherever he pointed, whatever regular he pointed at. And then I walk up to there,
Just
like,
generically.
"Sir, have you seen Lord Floon?
And you see
I am to retrieve him."
and you see a man like and you interrupt him and he almost stabs his finger and he's like, what are you talking about? What's going on? What do you need? You need something
Lord
done?
Floon, Blagmar. I'm to retrieve him.
Floon.
Have you seen him?
He's talking about the Lord Floon Blackmar, and like a bunch of them like laugh raucously, and it's like, ain't no lordship about him, lad. But he says, well, maybe I've seen him. Maybe I guess can't seem to remember where it was.
And I'll look at him and I'll say, "I'll let the lad slide this time. But I'll buy you a round of drink." I buy the table a round of drink.
Uh-huh.
Do you know where I could find Lord Floon?
I'm sorry, dude. Like, just this angry fucking halfway.
See, I was holding composure until you started laughing, Sasha, so it's your fault.
Sorry.
I love it. It's great. Okay, so you're offering to buy this guy and
Buy
his
them a
table.
round of drinks at
Yeah.
the table that I'm talking to.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, I would say, well, I would like to know his whereabouts.
Yeah, he says that he left with his friend. What's that? And then he says to his mate, "Hey, Gavin, what's that guy's name? Dagolt's son. What was it?" And he goes, "Oh, you mean Rainier Neverember?" It's like, yeah, that's it, the Neverembers. Chip off the old block, that one. Just another spoiled rich noble who likes to rub our noses in it. Yeah, they got what they deserve.
Oh, well, I'd like to hear that story too, if I buy you a second round.
Yeah, and just as you say that, he finishes doing it. It's like, yeah, I was about to say I was starting to get a bit thirsty. So if you buy a second round, so this will cost you like 5 silver total.
Okay.
Yeah, he says, the two of them were playing a few rounds of 3 Dragon Ante, and they seemingly left around, in the middle of the night. And as they left, he noticed 5 men in black garb followed them out. and the men who left shortly after didn't return to the tavern. But oh, where was it, Gavin? Where have I seen those guys before? And he goes, oh, don't they hang out around Candle Lane? It's like, yeah. The look for the door with the snake symbol on it. And yeah, so he goes, yeah, they're probably dead, gutted. Serve them right, rich folk. He spits on the ground.
Good luck with your knife. What would that be called? Is there a name? There's got to be a name for it.
I think it's 5-finger fillet.
Yeah, it's like, good luck with your 5-finger fillet.
And he holds up 4 fingers and he's like, thanks.
It's a champion, I'm sure. So he said, Neverember, I got that name, and then I got the door with the snakes on it, but what was right before that, you said?
All right, so he said they frequent a warehouse on Candle Lane, which isn't, I don't think it's too far from here. I've actually forgotten. Oh, there it is. Candle Lane's up here.
That's not far away at all.
Yeah. So he said Dagolt's son, Rainier Neverember, and he said him and Floon left and were jumped.
Did he describe the people that jumped him, or he just said they were just dressed in black?
Dressed in
He didn't give
black,
us
and
any-
they seemed, you know,
They hang out at this place.
yeah.
It said there was a door with a snake on it.
Yep. And anybody who's spent at least some time in Waterdeep may roll a history check on Rainier Neverember if they so desire.
My
Oh, Hiska. You've definitely heard of this before. You don't know heaps about Rainier Neverember, but you definitely know a lot about. Oh yeah, Jost, you definitely know. You definitely know Jost. You both you don't know heaps about Rainier Neverember, but the Neverember name is well known in the city. Dagult Neverember was the previous open lord of Waterdeep, and he seemingly left in some form of negative way, ousted as it were, and running away, fleeing crimes against the city. And yeah, you all would probably know who the current open lord is. Oh, what's her name? Something Silverhand or Silvermane. Damn it, I know her name. She recently had some dice be released.
it's Dove. It's Dove. Is it Dove Silverhand?
No, I'm sorry. It's Lyral Silverhand. She's the current open lord.
It was Dove.
But yeah, so you know that this guy comes from questionable stock, but he seems quite rich and most definitely a noble. Floon, less so, but yeah, Vola was seen hanging out with both of them. So yeah, and as you guys probably leave the Skewered Dragon, Yost and Tilly would come out from the Zoblob. You can share information if you so desire.
Well, and as I'm walking out, I looked to the bartender one last time, and I was like, did Floon ever leave anything here? Coats, hats, belongings?
Nah.
All right. And then, yeah, I'll leave.
Mm-hmm.
Try to get my bearings as far as where I think Candle Lane would be.
Yep. And so, what are you guys doing? What do you want to do?
And I would tell I have to remember everybody's name now. Sinan and Hisker, because they were with me, right?
Correct.
Were
Yes.
you close, or were you just like in the bar?
Everyone would have heard the convo.
I followed you in.
I
Yeah.
was just standing behind you, like trying to play the heavy with like a really like bad, like a high school theater thug expression on my face, just like.
I was like, yeah, maybe as we walk out, I'm like, all right, that seems easy enough. We can go to the warehouse and pick up Floon. Maybe even save a second noble.
Sounds great.
Wait, where's the slackers?
Shopping.
Oh,
The
well,
tall one.
Hey, I did bring you something, and with that, I'm going to present the monocle to him.
Tilly looks immediately hurt. Like, I didn't buy that for him.
Look what we found. What do you think?
Just rolls his eyes. Walks away.
I hope it wasn't expensive.
I'm keeping the dice.
They're pretty boss dice.
You should hang him on the dog.
Me, I want those dice. Like, they're pretty cool. Bone dice with skulls on the sixes. It's pretty sick.
And I'll look at Joss and be like, all right, show me how this will help us find Flume. And he earnestly says it, not as a...
I'm glad you asked. And with that, I'm going to, with a flourish, put it onto my eye. And then look and hold my hand up, kind of murmur some shit. And then point in the direction of the candle. Of Candle Lane. It's this way. I know it is. There was a scuffle between the ruffians from the Zenturium, and this is the way.
You want to go kick in a gangland door?
Yep.
Is that what I'm hearing from you?
Maybe not kick it in, but I think we can go
I
figure
think we
some
should knock.
Yeah, but we just knock and ask, and we'll get him back. It'll be fun.
You have
I
maybe
can
some
throw a chair at the door.
cookies to sell.
You know, you throw a mean chair. I've been meaning to say. Also, is your hand supposed to do that?
The hand looks at you like this.
Alright, cool.
So yeah, I start following Joss
Already
as
in that way.
is leading us.
All right. So you all heading to Candle Lane, as it were. All right. So the buildings on either side of Candle Lane are so tall and so tightly packed together that light touches the street only in high sun, which it is very much not. Gloom envelops a narrow alley as dark as a dungeon, and as odorous as one too. Nearly all the street lamps have been smashed. The only light that pierces the darkness is a faint flickering from down the lane, like a distant candle.
Well, that's
Start
it.
looking for a door with snakes on it.
All right, so as you go down the street, a warehouse that is directly across from the lit street lamp. It illuminates a black-winged snake painted above the door's handle.
I knock loudly.
Okay, you knock loudly.
I step back away from the door and point my staff at it.
Yeah.
All right, so you knock loudly. Knock, knock, knock. Nothing.
One of the doors. I'm gonna look up at the other windows and stuff, just keeping an eye out to see if anybody is watching us from above.
Yep, do a perception check.
Coming up.
Yeah, you don't seem to see anybody watching you. You can't hear any movement, any sound.
Coast is clear.
Alright, well, since you guys have moved on over, I might chuck you guys on the map. for this
I'll try to
guy.
listen at the door to see if I can hear anything.
Yeah, go for it.
You want perception or
Yeah, perception.
17.
Okay, 17. You can actually hear some subtle movements inside, as if people trying to. You're not sure how many, but you can hear multiple bodies moving around inside, trying to be silent. All right, so at this point, you can only see like not much around you without any form of light. Rashek, which is part of the reason why you probably don't have any light right now. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, is it pitch dark or is it just gloomy?
It's especially underneath the area that you're in. It's quite dark. Yeah.
How's our dark vision treating us?
Yeah, your dark vision should be fine. You should be able to see what you can see. Have I given you guys sight and dark vision and whatnot?
Looks like I've got it because I can see pretty far out.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to see it all if you don't have it at this point, as this area is quite dark. So, are you wanting to light anything, Rakshek, or are you? What's the plan?
I'm going to trust my dog senses for now. I'm going to knock one more time.
All right, so you knock one more time. Yeah, nothing.
I gotta look over to them. I can hear people in there. They're ignoring us. And if they've taken Floon...
2 days ago.
Open the door.
Okay.
Hold the access.
You try to open the door, and you know what? I'm going to give you the light from the candle. Can you see at least a little bit now, Vanguard? Vanguard.
Yeah,
That's the wrong character. All right. You try to open the door, and it is locked.
What are the dots that we're seeing there breaking that light?
It's supposed to be like a fence going around the door, and this door here is open. Yeah, I'm actually half tempted to just take them off, honestly. Let's do that right now. You see better now?
Yes.
Is that a sphere of annihilation?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
How did we get
I'm
into
at the
this
door.
area?
I'm sorry, what was that?
That Razak's at the door.
Mm-hmm. There
Is it Ratchak? Like Starship Troopers Ratchak?
Ratchak.
And where's the entrance to this area? I guess.
So there you can see a normal door here, what looks like a massive sliding warehouse door here, and you can see a window over here.
You guys want to try and force it? I can try and break the door down.
Let me try to do it a little more subtle.
It's probably a good call.
A little nervous. This is not what I had thought would happen.
I'm not going in first, but let me try to pick that lock.
We'll lean over to Yost. Is this usually what you guys get up to? I mean, is this what life's like on the streets?
That's far beyond
Ever
me.
since we hooked up with that rough halfling, things have been a little different.
Yeah, you try to pick the lock, and no, you're seemingly.
Someone's life could be in danger. I don't think we should dally.
Okay. And I'll hit the
Breaking it.
door handle with my axe as hard as I physically can.
Go for it. Yep. Roll some damage. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you break that door down.
He's just going to go, breaching! I just smash the lock. And then stand back looking proud of himself and not actually go through.
Alright, so let me get that door down for you. Boom. Alright.
There's no light in this coming from this room.
No, there is not. You'll only have the light that is coming from the street lamp across the way.
I'll look to my companions. Does anybody have a lantern?
I walk over and I offer to give him some light. So, do you have a
I
stick?
have my shield out and I have my lance.
I actually
In
pull
hand.
out my tinker tools and I use magical tinkering to put a light that will project 5 feet in front of him, and then it's dim 5 feet beyond that.
Okay.
God forbid anybody light a torch.
You can.
He just like charged in there.
Yep.
I don't need a torch.
Okay.
Nodding my head like signing. Come on.
And I'm expecting
All right, fine.
I'm expecting Judge to growl if there's people hiding out, but that he would sense.
Make a perception check at advantage for your doggo Judge.
Yeah, he has that.
Yeah, advantage. Alright, so-
11.
Unfortunately, 11. Yes, he definitely smells things, but you see him like look to the left and look to the right a little bit, and he can't quite get a fixed position as to where the smell seems to be coming from. As the people with more distant sight comes on in, you see tables and chairs have been carelessly tossed around across the floor. You see, actually, that's all you can see as you've moved in so far.
I'm gonna unsling my shield and start walking carefully forward.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to keep my quarterstaff lowered with firebolt and hold action until I decide something needs to light up.
No worries. Okay, so you, Simon, you definitely hear movement as you move up to there. You can see, everybody stay where they are. You see the corpses of a dozen men lie along the walls over here with their rapiers and daggers lying nearby. On the north side of the area, you can see stairs rise up into an open level above. And you look above and you can see that there is a second, what's it called? A second level in here. And as this happens, you see a, what do you call them? You see a Kenku appear, revealing a lantern. Okay, I did that wrong. GM layer, token. Okay, you see a Kenku with a lantern open up, and as this happens, I need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh, greetings, Master Bird.
And he looks definitely in a attack position.
Pardon the entrance. We're with the fire department.
It's a bird.
Alright, so that bird doesn't do anything on this turn, as it was his readied action to reveal the lantern. And then everybody else will, you may or may not see, depending on where you are, 3 more Kenku appear, and before the turn order starts, you're caught by surprise. Sinan, you actually, with your perception check that you tried to do as you stepped forward, they do not get advantage on you, but there'll be an attack against Tilly, an attack against Rashek, and an attack against Sinan. Alright, so against Simon first, not at advantage, I get a 10, which I assume bounces off your shield.
Indeed.
And then against Tilly, I get an 18 for 8 damage. And then against Ratchek, I get a 19 for 6 damage. And yeah, that was as the turn order starts. So it is your turn now, Yost.
So they attacked my boys.
Oh yeah, and you hear them. Their weird voices. They're like, and like they're doing like weird like bird voices. Then you hear things like, "Kill them all," and like, and then you also hear, "Let none escape."
Oh no. So I am going to... What are these, like some tables and some cover right here?
Yeah, tables, chairs, various crap.
Alright, so I am going to get over here to cover. And as I get down in there, I'm going to intone a couple magic words and hit this dude that I can see with frostbite.
The guy in the middle over here.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I'm going to duck down behind here for cover.
Alright, so they get a con saving throw. I got an 11, so he takes the 1 damage. And his next attack has disadvantage, yeah? Alright. It is now your turn, Ratchek.
Alright. So I think the judge can either dash, disengage, or dodge for his action, because he's a controlled mount.
Yeah, so you could move a whole bunch of movement.
Yeah, so he's gonna do a dash, and so that'll give me 60 feet. So then I'm gonna ride up 5, 10, 15, 20. The lance is a 10-foot reach, so I'm gonna spear into that. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So I make a big circle with one attack on this guy here.
Yep, go for it.
Wrong character sheet. This one.
13 just hits.
5 piercing damage. And that's my action. So I guess I'll bonus action. I'm going to go ahead and use my second wind.
Okay.
So it's a D10.
Plus your fighter level. So 3 hit points back. Alright.
And I am done. Getting ready for another charge.
Alright, Kenku's turn. This one's going to shoot at you again, Sinan, and you hear it say, in like what you would think is maybe an orcish accent, Donathar sends its regards, as it'll shoot you with a short bow. It gets a 23.
Oh yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah, for 9 damage. And then this one will move over here and try to shoot Hiska in the back there. And it says, none survive! And tries to shoot Hiska. Gets a 14.
Yep.
Alright, you take 6 damage. This one's going to run at you with its short sword, Simon.
Disadvantage.
Indeed. And gets, thanks to the disadvantage, gets an 8. And Josh, you're going to get attacked from this one with a short bow. Gets an 18 for 5 damage. And with that, it is Hiska's turn. What are you doing, Hiska?
I'm gonna firebolt the one closest to Sin.
Bet you're missing Corridon now.
Alright, that is unfortunate. Oh, you gotta roll to hit. It's not rolling to hit. Roll a,
it's not.
yeah, roll a d20 plus whatever it is. 8
Plus 7.
plus 7. Yeah, that hits. So it takes. Oh, damn. So the one next to Sinon gets. It immolates into death as its feathers just catch alight one after the other.
Alright. And then I'm gonna tuck out the door.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I'm not getting shot again. So.
No worries. Sinon, you're up.
Okay, so I can see these two up ahead. Do I see anything else?
You see nothing else of worth other than random.
Oh, this is blocked. Should it be?
Yeah, this is like bits and pieces of boxes, crates, chairs, furniture piled up really high.
Okay. I am going to step back over this guy's corpse, and then hold my action to drop the axe on the head of anything that runs past.
Okay.
Because I'm like taking cover behind the wall and waiting to chop anything that runs past.
Tilly, you're up.
I'm gonna move up next to Sinon and do the same.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I gotta be there.
Alright, back to you, Yost.
With the dagger ready.
I do not want to go up there a bit, but my friends are up there, so as I move up, I'm gonna hit this dude up here in the corner with a frostbite.
Alright. Con save. He gets a 4, failing. For max damage.
Nice.
Alright.
Completely huddling down, and like, if you're close enough, you can hear him kind of whimpering and shit.
Alright, Rakchek, you're up. Unfortunately, it seems like they're hiding in the darkness as... Oh, you would know that there are more people past there as you saw arrows get shot past.
Is the lantern on the floor?
Yes, the lantern is currently right next to Sinon on the dead corpse.
Can I scoop it up with my lance? Does it have like a handle on it?
Tell you what, I'll give you a sleight of hand check to try and, like, angle it right up. Yeah, with a 14, I'll say you can grab that for sure.
Yeah, dude.
But there's going to be a high chance that it's going to smash if you use the lance to attack. But as it stands right now, it's on your lance.
Can I get through this stuff or not?
Yeah, you can get through.
Well, that charged right in.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'll smash the lance and the lantern right into this guy.
Roll to hit.
Or I'll try. I will attempt it.
Indeed.
Oh yeah,
Nice
21.
hit.
6 piercing damage.
And could you also roll another d6, please?
Lantern damage.
You've just invented a new attack.
Add 1.
Alright, so it takes 7 points of damage in total as the lantern easily slides off the end of your lance and you're back to the 10 and 5 sight range. But then this guy catches on fire and I'm giving him, I'm going to give him 2010 of light as he is currently burning from the oil of the lantern for a turn. At which point, is that your turn?
Yes, that's my turn.
Alright, it is now... Oh, I didn't reveal this last turn, but I should have. Usually do. It is now the Kenku's turn, and these two Kenku are both going to... this guy's going to spend his turn padding himself out. And then the guy to your southwest is going to drop his short sword. Drop his short bow and pick up his short sword and try and slash at you. Getting an 18.
Yep, I have an 18.
All right, for 6 points of damage.
Christmas.
Unfortunately, that drops Rakshak, but his dog is still there and will probably defend his corpse.
Oh, no, I had 9.
Oh, you had
Didn't I?
9? Oh, I don't know. I see 6.
I thought I had 9.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. I have no idea what you had. I'm just looking at your
Oh, no,
token thingy.
I think the token. I thought I was looking at the token, but I think my character sheet's right. Okay,
Right,
so
right.
0.
Yeah. All right. With that as well, this Kenku is going to move down here, and Simon, it's too far away for your hand axe, right? Or were you throwing it?
It's a two-handed axe.
That's
so
what I
it's not
figured. Yeah.
ranged.
But Tilly, you can throw a dagger if you wish.
Can't open my character sheet.
Mhm.
There we go.
Yep, that hits.
No sneak.
No sneak. And it looks like there's not much left to this Kenku as it tries to short bow you back. Ooh, you're lucky you didn't have advantages. He got a crit, but he only got a 7, which misses. And he's going to quickly, after taking the dagger to the chest, quickly run back. Alright, Hisker, it's your turn.
Alright, coming back in the room.
Hey,
I'm going to take a shot at the one to the left of Hiskar and down low with another firebolt. And let's see if I fixed it to work right this time.
Go for it.
I did.
24 hits. And this was nice. This was against 2.
The one to the lower left of Ratska,
Yep.
he's kind of...
9 damage. Alright, anything else, Hisker?
I am going to slide over this way a little bit more.
Mhm.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'll end my turn here.
Alright. Sinan is up. No one came around the corner.
Alright. Hearing Ratchet go down, he's going to turn the corner and run up to the base of this staircase.
Mm-hmm.
And raising his Smith's hammer in the air, cast Word of Radiance. So both of them need to make Constitution saving throws.
Sure. Sure you don't want to include the dog or Ratchek in that?
Sure don't.
Fair enough. Alright, so the north one passes, the south one fails.
2 points of damage.
Alright. Anything else, Sinan?
He's going to look very disappointed and prepare to die.
Alright, so before we continue, Ratchek, are you like buckled in, and will your corpse just like be hanging there, or would you fall off? Like how are you saddled on this massive?
Yeah. He wouldn't be tied to him. He would fall off the stirrups, and the dog would guard him.
Could you roll a d8 for me?
Sure.
Alright, so yeah, you fell at the base of these stairs as you fell off your doggo. Alright, Tilly, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna step 5 feet. Step another 5 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Is that is Sinan occupying, or is that a Kenku just south of him?
As a
So it's
Kenku
a little
riding.
dim. All right, I will throw a dagger at him.
Go for it. Alright, he had a bit of cover, but that's not enough to save him.
Still sneaking.
Yeah. Oh, super dead.
Nice.
Where's this dagger hit him?
I'm sure he's looking at Simon, so right between the shoulder blades. Two birds have shoulder blades. Right between the two scapula.
I assumed you would have moved into an optimal range, as I think the short range of a throwing dagger is 20 feet. But,
It's 20 feet.
yeah, I can say you just moved there. No dramas. Anything else, Tilly?
Is that a box directly south of that bird?
Yeah.
Move up, take cover behind that box.
Okay. Yost, you're up.
All right. I see this guy right here.
Indeed.
And I'm going to give him some frostbite on his feathers.
Alright, he got a natural... he got 13. Unfortunately, he resisted.
All right. And then I'm going to move back around here.
Alright. Rakshak, could you please make a death saving throw for me? Alright, that's one fail. And on your turn, I'm going to have Judge attack the bird to the north as he is threatening you. Do you want to roll the attack or shall I?
Sure, I'll roll.
Go for it.
I should let you. You're hitting everything, though.
14. Oh, he rips the throat out of this Kenku. Feathers are flying everywhere.
The bird dog.
Yeah. At this point, this last Kenku is like looking around, seeing all of his comrades down, and yeah, it is freaking out, and it is going to make a dash for the door. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It ran past you, Jost, if you wanted to make an opportunity attack.
I totally do.
Go for it.
With his staff of... Where?
With his loot. Smash him in the head.
So what are you gonna? What do you have in your hands?
I loot.
You can make an improvised weapon attack.
Done.
So D20 plus your strength.
That wrestler that always smashed a guitar over people's heads. Jerry something.
Ooh,
Blonde guy.
so close, but you just miss him as he like neo ducks backwards and slides underneath your thing, and then he's gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, running out of this this place. All right, Kiska, you're up.
I'm going after him. 5, 10, 15. And when I get here, I'm going to take another firebolt shot.
Good luck. Oh yeah. How do you kill him? He's got 1 hit point.
Oh, it just basically implodes his head. And there's the top feathers right here are burning while he falls to the ground.
Right. All right, Sinan, it's your turn.
Alright, Sinan is going to reach down and... how were you hit, Lucian? Was it an arrow?
Short sword.
Short sword? Okay, he's going to reach down and pour more iron shavings into your chest wound and ignite them, flash healing your chest. For
Ooh.
10 HP.
That's almost full for him.
Yeah, he'll kind of scream out from the pain.
And Judge comes on
Hey,
over
buddy.
and
You
starts licking your face. You see, as he's licking your face, like blood and feathers are starting to get on you as his mouth seems to be full of it.
And I try to stagger as if drunkenly up, reaching for my weapons in case there's more fighting. Almost ready to swing at anything, but maybe kind of glazed out.
Mm-hmm.
And I look around the room trying to find more danger.
All right, you look around the room. Roll a perception check. $15. All right, so not far to your north, you hear what sounds like somebody like trying to not breathe heavily. So it seems not up the stairs, but more underneath where the stairs go up to.
Come out! There's no use hiding. and then I get in guard again.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, you hear a sound go, who's there?
Fire department.
Show yourself. And I mount.
We
on
cause fires. We don't put them out.
I didn't specify.
All right, so you see a man dressed in nice clothing, very nice clothing with red hair, holding a torch. He walks out and he's like, "Hello? What?" Oh, and he's like looking down at the carnage all around him. As you see, there's many dead bodies along the wall to the east, and the dead Kenkus on the ground where he stands.
As he comes out, I'm going to start to slowly strum intro music for him to come in.
He's not dressed like the others.
No, he's dressed in fine clothes.
He doesn't look like Floon, does he?
What do you know about Floon?
Oh, we didn't get a description.
He dresses nicely and has red
He's
hair.
got red hair.
I suppose you are Floon, are you not?
And he looks at you saying that, and he's like, no, I am not Floon. I am. He's my friend. He was.
Don't lie to me. I know you're Floon.
I'm Rainier Neverember.
And I give a nod, like, you were Floon's friend.
Yes, I was, and like you see him like rubbing his head, and you can see like a fresh wound on the top of his forehead. He says, we were both captured, kidnapped. Look, are you here to help save us?
Yes. But they said you would be paying.
Well, I'm afraid I don't have any funds on me right now, but
Chas, they didn't say anything about
A poor joke. A poor joke, friend.
I'm going to search a couple of the Kenkus while they figure all this out.
Oh yeah, all you find on them is some arrows and some really crappy looking short swords and bows. He says that 2 nights ago that me and Floon, we were walking home. We drank too many cups. We were quite intoxicated, and he couldn't quite find his way home. So I offered to escort him, and we were jumped by 5 thugs. They were Zentarim, but they looked rough and disheveled, and they had daggers and rapiers, and they led us here. They
look a lot like those corpses over there.
Yes, that is them. You see, Zentarim seems to think that my father embezzled a large amount of gold when he was the Open Lord, and that he hid the dragons somewhere in the city. They kept mentioning something called the Stone of Galore, or something that apparently was in the hands of the Xanathar Guild until recently. Apparently someone stole it. The Zents are blaming the Xanathars are blaming the Zents, but they claim that they haven't. I think that's what all of this fighting is about. Either way, the Zents thought I knew something about all of this and kidnapped me. Unfortunately, they couldn't tell me and Floon apart, as we do look, similar from a rudimentary description of us both. But I don't know anything about this. My father and I haven't spoken in years. But it appears that these Xanathar men came in, and during the fight I was able to quickly hide myself during the struggle, and unfortunately Floon was not as lucky, and he was knocked out and taken away. From what they said, I believe they think that he is me. And my cowardice, I did not alert them to my presence, and they took him away. I fear that they have him captured and they are torturing him, but I do not know where they are.
So
You
are
really didn't do
these
your buddy any favors.
Zentarum? And I point at the Kenku.
The Kenku, he says, they seem to be from the Xanathar Guild, while the Zentarum seem to be the dead guys on the wall over here.
Oh, but other Zentarum took Floon during that, is what he's telling us.
Oh, no, sorry, if I'd said that, my bad. He's saying that the Zentarum had the two guys, and then Xanathar Guild came in, killed the Zentarum, and took Floon, thinking he was Rainier.
Okay, so we need to find the Xanathar guys.
Yes, supposedly. Are you needing to stop now, Lucian?
Yeah, pretty much. But I do lean over and I shake Sinan's hand and I thank him for rescuing me and helping me in the battle.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I thank you for your bravery and your extreme acts of violence.
Well, Rainier says, well, no, and he looks outside and it's like, not much can be done with this as it is. I think perhaps we should try and leave, and we'll leave this episode as you hear boots, as you hear the telltale sound of City Guard coming down Candle Lane. And we'll end this session with the impending arrival of the Watch. Don't worry, there's only like, what, a dozen dead bodies around here? I'm sure it's fine. There's just a
I don't know the gnome did it. The gnome's a murderer.
There's just a burning Kenku outside the front door. I'm sure it's fine. But
it's okay. They're non-humans. We're hanging out with a member of the 1%. We're fine.
That's right. We're with Rainier. He'll get us out of this.
Oh yeah. I'm sure he won't dob you guys in. Well, thank you for playing, and whoever's watching, thank you for joining us. We've been playing Waterdeep Dragon Heist. I've been DanimalDM, the essential NPC. And we've had Brian to the left of me, Logan, I'm getting really bad at this, Logan to the bottom left, Sasha beneath me, yeah, there it is, Cedric down there, and Sir Lucian to my right. You can catch us every week here. You can catch Sir Lucian over on Saturdays at his thing if he's feeling better. You better be careful. I think LB Hackamup's trying to steal your spot.
Yep, I'll be there this Saturday.
Excellent. Alright guys, well, we'll catch us next week and see what happens when the Watch arrive. Thanks for coming. Thanks for playing, guys. Peace out. Bye.
Adios.